parents, because his parents are private. We saw them for the first time at the funeral.
Yes.
You did such a beautiful job there.
My mom is Charlie and my mom. Well, Charlie's family's there. Everyone's hanging in there. We're doing the best to be expected.
Turning Point USA, since Charlie was killed, just so you guys know, this is a fact, has made more than $100 million. That is separate from the $40 million they made at Mar-a-Lago the other night.
We have the most amazing Turning Point USA family. They've rallied around myself, my children, and, you know, chosen family is everything. And then, of course, we're blessed with our family.
Hold on to your seats, because what you're about to hear will make your jaw drop. Did Erika Kirk just turn grief into a $90 million payday? Or is it even more? We've seen the headlines, we've seen the interviews, but the real story behind Charlie Kirk's death, TPUSA, and the shocking financial windfall nobody's talking about is far darker than anyone imagined. How does a grieving widow suddenly become the CEO of a cash-flooded empire, raising millions while sidelining the people who actually raised Charlie, his own parents? And why is the organization Charlie built now being called Erika's chosen family? Anonymous insiders are whispering about shady money moves, secret audits, and suspicious stock market activity that Charlie supposedly never knew about. And the numbers floating around? $90 million, maybe even $140 million in just 3 months. Yes, you heard that right. Millions flowing in while the man at the center of it all is gone. But what's really going on behind the carefully curated PR smiles and Fox and Friends interviews? Are these just fundraising events? Or is there a web of manipulation, betrayal, and unexplained power plays that's about to explode all over social media? Stay with me, because what we've uncovered is explosive, outrageous, and too shocking to ignore. Let's dive right in, because the deeper you go, the stranger it gets. Everyone thinks they know the story.
Hey, check this out. Erika Franciv, 2019, and Yair Netanyahu. Shabbat Shalom.
Charlie Kirk tragically gone, TPUSA running its usual conservative campaigns, and Erika Kirk handling the grief. But here's the part nobody's telling you. Behind the glossy headlines and carefully staged interviews, there's a storm of controversy, money, and betrayal that makes this saga feel more like a thriller than real life. The first shocking thing? Erika's narrative. She keeps calling TPUSA her chosen family, plastering it across interviews, speeches, and social media posts, while barely acknowledging the people who actually knew and raised Charlie, his parents, Catherine and Robert Kirk. Yes, the very same people who watched their son build an empire from nothing, only to see the empire's profits allegedly funneled elsewhere after his death. Insiders claim that Erika has been aggressively pushing TPUSA's image, promoting her own role as CEO and raising millions at gala events, while Charlie's parents are being quietly sidelined. Some reports suggest that within 3 months of Charlie's death, TPUSA allegedly pulled in over $140 million, $100 million from direct contributions, and $40 million from high-profile events, like the controversial Mar-a-Lago fundraiser. And what's Erika doing with all that money? According to whispers from anonymous sources who claim to have seen internal documents, a shocking portion is allegedly going into aggressive PR campaigns to elevate her own profile, while painting herself as the ultimate protector of Charlie's legacy. Meanwhile, Charlie's parents reportedly haven't even been formally acknowledged for their role in his life or the organization he built. And the controversy doesn't stop there. Remember, Charlie Kirk was not just a public figure. He was also extremely protective of TPUSA's finances and operations. Multiple anonymous insiders allege that before his death, he ordered internal audits because he discovered suspicious money moves and investments being made behind his back. According to one former employee, there was a small, secretive inner circle within TPUSA, allegedly working against Charlie's interests. Some of these shady operations reportedly involved large sums being invested into stock market ventures that Charlie supposedly had no knowledge of. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The questions immediately arise. How could the founder of the organization be left out of these decisions? And why does Erika now get to step in as the public face, profiting from deals and events that Charlie may not have even approved? Now, the social dynamics are just as explosive. Erika's public appearances are described as a calculated PR strategy. She has been hopping from interview to interview.
What do you miss most? How are his parents doing? Because his parents are private. We saw them for the first time at the funeral.
Yes.
You did such a beautiful job there. How are all of y'all doing? You talk a little bit about the kids, but how's your mom doing? I mean, I know she's devastated for
My
you.
mom is Charlie and my mom. Well, Charlie's family's there. Everyone's hanging in there. We're doing the best to be expected. My mom and Charlie, they were best friends. I would always say that Charlie was her favorite child. But the thing that was so special about our Sabbath dinners was that it wasn't about religious
promoting Charlie's posthumous projects and defending TPUSA's finances, all while completely glossing over the role of his parents. One particularly bizarre exchange on Fox and Friends revealed Erika discussing her mother's Sabbath dinners and how Charlie was her mother's favorite child, skirting any direct acknowledgement of Catherine and Robert Kirk. Observers say this is not just an awkward slip, it's a deliberate attempt to recast the narrative, prioritizing her chosen family over the biological parents who have been mourning quietly. Meanwhile, Candace Owens and other public figures have started calling out Erika for this behavior, highlighting the hypocrisy of publicly defending Charlie's legacy while allegedly profiting from his death. Allegedly, Candace even produced receipts and documents suggesting that TPUSA, under Erika's leadership, generated the bulk of the posthumous revenue, far more than any other individual or entity associated with Charlie. And this isn't small change. We're talking seven-figure fundraising dinners, lavish events, and massive online contributions that continue to roll in. The sheer scale of the numbers makes it impossible to ignore, raising questions about motives, ethics, and the management of Charlie's legacy. Adding to the tension are claims of a honeypot theory, whispers of shady past activities, and allegations of financial improprieties linked to Erika that are starting to surface. While some call it conspiracy, others argue that the pattern is clear: a sudden rise in profits, sidelining of family members, and a relentless push to control the narrative. There are also claims that some stock market ventures under TPUSA have been highly questionable, with millions invested without transparent oversight. Charlie reportedly had no knowledge of these dealings, according to former insiders, which has only fueled the notion that the organization is being run in ways contrary to his original intentions. And the public is noticing. Fans, journalists, and social media commentators are dissecting every move, from the Mar-a-Lago fundraiser to Erika's latest interviews. Memes, reaction videos, and opinion threads have exploded online, highlighting the tension between grief, legacy, and money. People are asking, how much is profit driving the story? And why are the people who raised Charlie being completely ignored in the process? The outrage is palpable, because while the organization claims to honor Charlie's legacy, the optics suggest something far more self-serving at play. The Mar-a-Lago event, in particular, has become a lightning rod. Tickets allegedly cost $10,000 a plate, drawing nearly 1,000 attendees. Conservative commentator Glenn Beck praised the event for raising money for TPUSA projects, yet the optics are bizarre. An organization already reported to have netted over $100 million in 3 months still aggressively fundraising. Critics argue that these events are more about elevating Erika's profile and consolidating power than serving any charitable or organizational mission. Meanwhile, the Kirk parents remain in the background, unseen and unheard, an absence that fuels speculation and anger. Adding another layer to the drama are the insider claims about internal sabotage within TPUSA. A former employee, Joshua Peterson, alleges that there was an inner circle working against Charlie, manipulating finances and decisions, and even reportedly influencing stock market investments. Without Charlie's knowledge, some allege that Charlie had attempted reforms to address these issues, creating specialized departments to track financial integrity, but that his initiatives were obstructed. Observers suggest that these internal struggles might have set the stage for Erika's rise and for her controversial public actions after Charlie's death. And let's not forget the psychological dynamics. By sidelining the family and positioning TPUSA as her chosen family, Erika allegedly controls not just finances, but the narrative of grief itself. Every interview, every statement, every event is designed to frame her as the protector of Charlie's legacy. A narrative that, for critics, appears carefully engineered to maximize public sympathy while simultaneously generating massive financial gains. The ethical questions are huge. When does public grief cross over into exploitation? And who benefits from the narrative being rewritten? The sheer scope of these allegations, combined with the reported financial windfall, creates a perfect storm. $90 million? $140 million? Anonymous sources, leaked reports, and insider whispers all point to numbers that are almost surreal. And while Erika continues to be the face of TPUSA, aggressively fundraising and promoting Charlie's legacy, the silence of Catherine and Robert Kirk is deafening. Observers argue that the omission is not accidental, it's calculated. And this calculation has sparked outrage across social media, fueling conspiracy theories and further dividing public perception. By now, it's clear that this isn't just a story about grief or a legacy. It's a story about power, money, and influence, wrapped up in the guise of public mourning. The alleged sidelining of Charlie's parents, the astonishing fundraising numbers, the insider claims of financial mismanagement, and the public PR campaigns all suggest a narrative meticulously engineered for both image and profit. And for viewers, it raises difficult questions. How much of what we see is real grief? How much is strategy? And what is the cost, financial, ethical, and emotional, of turning a public tragedy into a multi-million-dollar enterprise? By the end of this segment, one thing is clear. The story of Charlie Kirk, Erika Kirk, and TPUSA is far from over. The layers of controversy, betrayal, and alleged financial manipulation are only just beginning to unfold. And as more insiders speak out and new documents allegedly surface, the line between truth, rumor, and conspiracy continues to blur, leaving the public scrambling to make sense of a story that is shocking, outrageous, and dangerously compelling. And just when you thought it couldn't get any stranger, the story digs even deeper. Because what insiders are now revealing about TPUSA under Erika Kirk's leadership makes the Mar-a-Lago fundraising gala look like a casual backyard barbecue. Sources claim that the organization's finances are not just opaque. They're allegedly a labyrinth of questionable investments, shadowy deals, and unexplained windfalls. Remember, Charlie Kirk reportedly had no knowledge of a secretive stock market branch inside TPUSA, a branch that insiders say has been funneling millions into investments he never approved. Anonymous former employees have called it a money machine, operating almost entirely outside Charlie's oversight. And suddenly, Erika steps in, claiming stewardship of the organization and the narrative, and yet the people who raised Charlie are nowhere to be seen. Catherine and Robert Kirk? Invisible in interviews, absent at events, and unacknowledged in speeches. Now, let's talk about public optics, because they are everything in this case. Erika's media appearances are carefully choreographed performances, a tightrope walk between public sympathy and branding. On multiple occasions, she has sidestepped questions about Charlie's parents, pivoting instead to her own chosen family narrative, the Sabbath dinners, and her role in TPUSA. Critics argue that this is not only disrespectful but deliberate, a strategic move to consolidate public perception. She has reportedly amassed upwards of $140 million for the organization in just 3 months, all while deflecting attention from the people who actually built the foundation she now stands on. And the scale of these numbers alone raises eyebrows. How does an organization raise that much so quickly? What are the internal checks and balances? Or are there none? Adding to the controversy, insiders have leaked claims of internal sabotage. A former TPUSA employee, Joshua Peterson, revealed on record that there was a center circle actively working against Charlie Kirk. According to him, this group allegedly manipulated financial decisions, misrepresented funds, and even attempted to influence the direction of Charlie's initiatives. Charlie supposedly tried to establish oversight committees and a special department to counteract this shadowy activity, but it reportedly faced obstruction. And now, with Erika at the helm, critics argue that the profits and control may have shifted in ways that Charlie never intended. But let's not ignore the public fallout. Social media has exploded with outrage. Fans and followers are questioning why TPUSA, an organization built on Charlie's vision, is now being run in a way that seemingly prioritizes Erika's image and financial gain over transparency and respect for family. Clips of interviews, fundraising events, and speeches are being dissected frame by frame, while commenters rage over the apparent sidelining of Charlie's parents. Questions about ethics, exploitation, and greed dominate threads and forums. And the more Erika touts TPUSA as her chosen family, the more the public scrutiny intensifies. Critics argue that by framing herself as the ultimate protector of Charlie's legacy, Erika shields herself from accountability while controlling the narrative and profiting immensely. The Mar-a-Lago Gala is a perfect example of this complex theater. Tickets allegedly sold for $10,000 per plate, drawing nearly 1,000 wealthy attendees. Conservative pundit Glenn Beck praised the event for supporting future TPUSA projects, but critics see it differently. How can an organization already reported to have raised over $100 million in 3 months continue such extravagant fundraising? Some speculate it's less about organizational need and more about image management, control of narrative, and even personal profit. And while Erika walks the stage collecting accolades and applause, the Kirk parents remain absent, reinforcing the narrative that they've been intentionally pushed to the margins. The alleged financial manipulation goes even further. Multiple insiders claim that millions were invested in the stock market without Charlie's knowledge, funneled through shadowy departments allegedly designed to operate under minimal oversight. The numbers are staggering, and the implications are alarming. Was this a classic case of organizational overreach, or something more sinister? Anonymous sources hint at pyramid-style structures and secret committees that skirted Charlie's authority, a possibility that makes the recent fundraising surges seem less like charity and more like consolidation of power and influence. Meanwhile, the media coverage continues to fuel controversy. Every Fox and Friends appearance, every Instagram post, every interview has been dissected for hidden meanings. Erika's responses to questions about Charlie's parents are seen as evasive at best and manipulative at worst. In one particularly bizarre segment, she emphasized how Charlie was her mother's favorite child, pivoting immediately to Sabbath dinners at home and sidestepping the obvious question, what about Charlie's own parents? Observers are calling it a deflection masterclass, one designed to centralize public attention on herself while quietly erasing the presence of Catherine and Robert Kirk. But wait, it gets even more tangled. Candace Owens, in her sharp and public response, highlighted the financial discrepancy. According to her, no one has profited more from Charlie's death than TPUSA under Erika's leadership. She even presented receipts and evidence showing massive revenue flows and fundraising surges. The public reaction was immediate. Outrage, disbelief, and disbelief turned into viral commentary. Questions now swirl. If TPUSA is truly honoring Charlie's legacy, why is profit seemingly at the forefront? Why does Erika's narrative dominate every public space, overshadowing the actual family who raised Charlie? And could these financial moves hint at larger, undisclosed motives, maybe even international connections, as some conspiracy theorists allege? And insiders aren't stopping there. Joshua Peterson and other former TPUSA staffers allege that Charlie discovered attempts to manipulate the organization even before his death. Reports suggest he commissioned audits, tried to reform internal departments, and attempted to uncover financial irregularities. Yet, allegedly, these attempts were blocked, undermined, or ignored. The pattern, according to insiders, points to a systematic effort to consolidate financial and narrative control away from Charlie and into the hands of those now running TPUSA, namely Erika. Public outrage continues to grow as social media users highlight the disconnect between Erika's public appearances and the absence of the Kirk parents. Online forums dissect every interview, every fundraising gala, and every social media post. Memes, opinion threads, and reaction videos proliferate, dissecting the morality, ethics, and financial motives behind Erika's moves. The narrative is clear. The public senses a gap between grief and profit, legacy and control, and family and organizational loyalty. And then there's the honeypot theory. While some dismiss it as conspiracy, Others point to leaked reports and anecdotal insider claims suggesting that certain individuals within the organization allegedly manipulated relationships and finances for personal gain. Combine this with the staggering fundraising numbers, the sidelining of Charlie's parents, and the aggressive PR campaigns, and you have a story that is equal parts scandal, thriller, and morality play. Critics are now asking, how much of TPUSA's post-Charlie era is about honoring a legacy, and how much is about self-serving profit? To make matters even more complicated, Erika's narrative continues to pivot strategically. By framing TPUSA as her chosen family and portraying herself as the protector of Charlie's legacy, she allegedly deflects criticism and consolidates control. At the same time, insiders claim that financial oversight is minimal, donations are opaque, and investments are questionable. Combined, these elements paint a picture of an organization where the optics of legacy management may conceal aggressive financial and narrative control. And the public is noticing every move. Online, social media users dissect every interview, fundraising announcement, and PR campaign. They notice the absence of Charlie's parents, question the aggressive fundraising, and speculate about motives behind this carefully crafted narrative. From TikTok to Twitter, the conversation is relentless. Is Erika honoring Charlie? Or is she orchestrating a calculated takeover of legacy, finances, and narrative? At this point, the lines between grief, PR, profit, and power are completely blurred. While Erika remains the public face of TPUSA, raising millions, attending lavish events, and controlling the media narrative, the family who raised Charlie, the ones who lived with him, supported him, and nurtured his growth, remain virtually invisible. Critics argue that this is not only disrespectful, but also strategically designed to consolidate narrative and financial control under Erika's leadership. And so the controversy continues to grow. Each fundraiser, each interview, each PR campaign adds another layer to a story already riddled with allegations, conspiracy theories, and financial scrutiny. The scale of the fundraising, the sidelining of Charlie's parents, and the aggressive public narrative all combine to create one of the most shocking posthumous controversies in modern organizational history. And now, as the story hurtles toward its most shocking revelations, the threads of controversy, betrayal, and alleged profiteering start to weave an almost unbelievable tapestry. Because while Erika Kirk continues her relentless media tour, fundraising galas, and PR campaigns, questions about TPUSA's internal operations, financial transparency, and ethical conduct are multiplying by the day. Anonymous insiders now suggest that the organization's financial structure is far more convoluted than anyone imagined, with millions in donations flowing through opaque channels, stock market ventures reportedly unauthorized by Charlie, and lavish events producing revenue streams that no one outside Erika's inner circle fully understands. The idea that Charlie's parents, Catherine and Robert Kirk, are virtually absent from this equation is not only shocking but speaks to a narrative carefully curated to consolidate both money and control. What's particularly troubling, according to sources, is that Erika allegedly frames herself as the ultimate guardian of Charlie's legacy, creating a public persona of devotion and stewardship, while sidestepping the very people who nurtured and supported Charlie his entire life. In interviews, she repeatedly pivots to her chosen family, her mother's Sabbath dinners, and her role as TPUSA's CEO. She praises her supporters, hosts lavish events, and raises funds that critics argue far exceed the organization's stated needs. Meanwhile, the Kirk parents' profound grief is left in the shadows, a silence that has not gone unnoticed by the public, journalists, and social media commentators alike. Adding fuel to the fire, Candace Owens and other commentators have openly challenged Erika's narrative. According to leaked receipts and internal reports, TPUSA allegedly generated over $140 million since Charlie's death, far surpassing any other revenue sources tied to his legacy. This stark contrast between public messaging and financial reality has created a firestorm of criticism. Fans and observers are asking how much of TPUSA's post-Charlie operations are genuinely about honoring his memory versus consolidating power, influence, and personal profit. And then there are the alleged internal conflicts. Former employees claim there was a small, secretive inner circle within TPUSA actively working against Charlie's interests before his death. This group reportedly influenced stock market investments, manipulated finances, and obstructed reforms Charlie attempted to implement. These claims, while controversial, raise serious questions. If true, how much of the organization's current financial success is the result of these insider maneuvers, and how much is genuinely aligned with Charlie's vision? The answers, so far, remain murky, fueling speculation, distrust, and public outrage. The Mar-a-Lago Gala is a case in point. Tickets reportedly cost $10,000 per plate, drawing nearly 1,000 affluent attendees, generating millions in revenue. Conservative commentator Glenn Beck praised the event for funding TPUSA's upcoming initiatives, yet the optics are hard to ignore. An organization that allegedly earned over $100 million in 3 months still conducts extravagant fundraising? Critics claim this is less about legitimate organizational needs and more about consolidating Erika's influence and amplifying her public persona. Meanwhile, the Kirk parents' absence is glaring, a deliberate omission, according to critics, that frames Erika as the sole steward of Charlie's legacy. Insiders continue to leak shocking allegations about internal mismanagement and potential financial improprieties. There are claims of stock market investments executed without Charlie's approval, departments operating with minimal oversight, and revenue streams flowing into areas that no one outside Erika's inner circle fully understands. Social media has exploded with outrage, memes, reaction videos, and threads dissecting every fundraising gala, every Fox and Friends appearance, and every PR campaign. People are questioning the ethics, the morality, and the transparency of TPUSA's post-Charlie operations. Adding yet another layer, the honeypot theory and whispers of Erika's alleged past shoddiness have started circulating. While some dismiss these claims as conspiracy, the pattern of alleged financial maneuvering, narrative control, and sidelining of Charlie's parents has made skeptics wonder if there's more to the story than meets the eye. Could there be a deliberate effort to control the narrative, profit massively, and rewrite history all at once? According to multiple sources, this is exactly what critics believe. And it doesn't stop there. Former employees allege that Charlie himself had tried to reform TPUSA's internal operations, create oversight, and uncover financial irregularities. Reports suggest these efforts were blocked or ignored, leaving the organization vulnerable to alleged manipulation. Erika, stepping into this vacuum, has reportedly used these opportunities to consolidate power, control the public narrative, and elevate her profile. The result? A public perception carefully sculpted to portray herself as a grieving widow and guardian of legacy, while simultaneously profiting from events and operations that insiders claim were never authorized by Charlie. Meanwhile, social media and public commentary continue to dissect every move. Observers highlight the glaring absence of Charlie's parents, the lavish fundraising galas, and the strategic PR appearances. The optics are stark. Grief appears commodified, legacy seems leveraged for influence, and financial gain is undeniable. The debate rages. Is Erika Kirk honoring Charlie's memory, or is she orchestrating a posthumous empire for herself? Every new interview, every new event, and every new fundraising announcement seems to add fuel to this fire. And then there's the broader conspiracy angle. Some insiders claim that certain foreign influences may be subtly involved, hinting at the idea that TPUSA's internal financial operations and media campaigns are not just about domestic fundraising or legacy management. While unconfirmed, these whispers add a dimension of intrigue that makes the story even more explosive. Anonymous sources say the organization's rapid accumulation of wealth, its opaque financial maneuvers, and the sidelining of Charlie's parents create the perfect storm for suspicion, speculation, and viral outrage. The situation is further complicated by Erika's aggressive control over the narrative. By positioning TPUSA as her chosen family and herself as the ultimate protector of Charlie's legacy, she allegedly deflects criticism, silences dissent, and commands public perception. At the same time, insiders claim that financial oversight remains minimal, investments continue to be murky, and revenue streams are managed by a small, tightly controlled inner circle. Critics argue this paints a picture of an organization where the optics of honoring a legacy may conceal a relentless pursuit of influence, control, and profit. Public outrage continues to grow with every passing week. Social media users, journalists, and online commentators are dissecting interviews, fundraising galas, and PR campaigns. They notice the absence of Charlie's parents, question the massive fundraising events, and speculate on motives behind the narrative. The conversation is relentless. How much of TPUSA's post-Charlie era is genuine legacy preservation, and how much is strategic narrative control combined with financial gain? Observers say the evidence is clear. The sidelining of the Kirk parents is intentional, the aggressive fundraising suspicious, and the control over public perception highly calculated. And as we approach the climax of this saga, it's obvious that this is not just a story about grief, family, or legacy. It's a story about power, money, influence, and the rewriting of history itself. The alleged sidelining of Charlie's parents, the astronomical fundraising numbers, the insider claims of financial manipulation, and Erika's public dominance all combine into a narrative that is equal parts scandal, thriller, and morality tale. By now, it is impossible to ignore the pattern. Every event, every interview, every PR campaign is meticulously engineered to elevate Erika while marginalizing those closest to Charlie. While the organization publicly celebrates Charlie's life, insiders and critics argue that the actions behind the scenes suggest otherwise. The story raises fundamental questions about ethics, grief, and accountability. How much of what the public sees is genuine? How much is orchestrated? And what will be the consequences of this posthumous empire?
So, what do you think?
Are we witnessing a grieving widow honoring her late husband's legacy, or a calculated takeover disguised as mourning? The numbers, the lavish events, the sidelining of Charlie's parents, it all paints a picture that's hard to ignore. And let's be honest, the public is watching. Every Fox and Friends clip, every Instagram post, every $10,000 a plate gala is dissected, shared, and debated online. People are asking the hard questions. Where is the accountability? Why are the people who actually raised Charlie being ignored? And who really benefits from all of this? We want to know what you think. Is Erika Kirk simply navigating grief in the public eye, or is there more here than meets the eye? Are TPUSA's fundraising numbers and aggressive PR campaign signs of dedication, or do they hint at something much darker? Manipulation, profit, and control over legacy? Could there be a hidden network inside the organization steering finances and narratives in ways that Charlie never approved? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't hold back. Share your theories, your suspicions, your outrage. Because this story is far from over, and every new detail matters. Hit that like button if you want us to continue digging into the truth behind TPUSA, Erika Kirk, and the staggering post-Charlie controversy. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because the moment new leaks, insider reports, or shocking revelations surface, we'll be first to expose it. Remember, the truth isn't always pretty, it isn't always convenient, and sometimes it's downright explosive. Stay tuned. You won't believe what comes next.